Right. I think we can start now. Good evening, good morning, good day, depending on where you are in the corner of the globe. What a wonderful day it is. I would like to welcome you all. And our program today is, as usual, where we will have either Prince Andrew or Miriam giving us the recap of yesterday. I know that yesterday I wasn't here, but I missed you all. I was on another meeting, and I know that I missed a lot, but I am grateful for the recording. If we can have the recap thereafter, we will have, I don't think we have any new guests, just few of our new guests. They will give us their introduction. Do we? We'll have for our new guests, they will give us an introduction of who they are, a few minutes, and then we go straight to our keynote address. So well, thank you very much.
I would recommend that Jenny Carrington begin, and then I'd recommend that each person here that's a guest introduce themselves. Every day we have a new audience. They have no idea who we are.
Right. Okay, so.
Or even begin with yourself, perhaps, and why we're here. We have a blank sheet. Why are we here? Who are you?
So, yes, sir.
I was leaving it Miriam. For you. I was leaving it for you.
Now, well, let's go back to Miriam, please. Miriam, do our introductions of who we are, why we are, and then Princess Sheppy, please.
Thank you so much, sir. And yes. This is Mariam Khan.
Thank you.
Executive Director, Community Development Foundation, and Miriam? Also... Yes, can you hear me? Okay.
Did I lose everybody?
Yes, we hear you. Everyone else needs to mute, please. Jenny, I'm going to make you a co-host to help me out there. Thank you. All right, Miriam, go right ahead. I'm sorry.
So I'm Mariam Khan, Executive Director, Community Development Foundation, and also the co-founder of Global Women's Development Network, and running this campaign as a campaign president. And this is 16 days of activism for development. And we are serving this campaign with the collaboration of more than 17 organizations, and having a lot of, you can say, professionally rich and senior persons as a keynote speakers with us. And this campaign is having 3 major components and the objectives. So components are, we are serving for the smart agriculture solutions. We are focusing on food and nutrition. And we are also focusing and emphasizing in this campaign about the safety and security of food. And the objective of this campaign is to remove malnutrition from the 0 to 15 years of age youth and young kids. And all these organizations having the good and rich background in agriculture, food and nutrition, and also food security. So that's why they are participating in this campaign with us. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you very much. Could you tell us the organization that's heading this up? I see several logos, the Community Development Foundation, Global Women's Development Group. Please share with our audience who it is that's behind all this effort. Thank you.
Sir, like all these, you want, like I can recall the name of these organizations?
Well, that's up to you, but we have a new audience every day, and the better able we are to let people know who we are, the better we are. I'm sharing this to new groups every day. They have no idea why they're here. Please let them know why we're here.
Okay. So Community Development Foundation is a non-profit organization serving from 2009 in women's economic empowerment. And we are major focusing on sustainable development goals. And goal number 17 is the networking and partnerships. So every network and campaign and movement and all other initiatives which are based on the Global Women's Development Network and Community Development Foundation, and also the WEDIP program is based on networking and partnerships. So in this campaign, we have more than 15 countries and 19 organizations, a lot of speakers. And yes, I will tomorrow share the statistic of this campaign as well, which we have recorded through the Google Forms, and all participants have filled their forms. They send their information over there. And actually, I was planning to do this on the closing, but if you need this on the regular basis, we can share this update as a statistic information of the campaign as well. So yes, we can do this. And yes, and this is over to you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. My network is not so, Miriam, you will see when it freezes, please just catch the baton and carry on, because I think even now I missed some of the things that you were saying because it kept on freezing. But thank you so much for introducing who we are. This is Princess Tepi from South Africa, the Princess of the Royal Batlokwa Nation. And, the founder and the director at Future Life Foundation. You can see there, it is the partner. And the journey started right in March, where we were all together here. I can see Jenny and all the other women, even Joan, where we started this journey together. And we are working
Indeed, and it looks like she did in fact.
We are working towards our event that is going to also be a celebration of International Women's Day in March. This time around, we are going to be having, I think, just 4 to 5 days, as opposed to 6 days that we had this year. We will be covering all sectors. And as Miriam has already alluded, this time around, we are just focusing on the sector of agriculture. And what is exciting is that in the past day or so, our president, which is Miriam, announced that we will be including our children as well. So we are going to have a day where we are going to be in conversation with children, because you cannot speak about the community or the mother and not bring in a child. And when a mother is affected, the child, the family, and the whole community is affected. And when a mother is happy and is well empowered, the whole nation is empowered up to generations. If I may say so, 10th generations. So moving right along, we will be having, is it Prince Andrew who's going to introduce himself and give us a recap of yesterday. Thereafter, Jenny will introduce, Joan will introduce, do the introduction, and then Jenny will come back to now start her talk. I believe it was Prince Andrew who was suggesting that we start with Jenny. So but after the introduction, you will come back and do your talk, Jenny. For now, it's just the intro, who you are, the organization, and your country. Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am. But the sequence of the agenda is this: that first we have the speech from Syed Iftikhar Shah Sahab as per agenda, and then we will take Jenny.
Okay, very good. Then are you going to please do the introduction? Miriam, I don't have any notes in front of me. If we're keynote speakers now.
Sorry, sir. Yes, we have the keynote speaker with us. This is Syed Iftikhar Shah Sahab. He's the head of sector VEDIP in food and agriculture. And he's also the senior vice president of AgriBite. It's an agriculture organization, and they are serving on a very, very responsible post in this, and serving a lot in all over Punjab and working for the VEDIP from last 2 years. And now we have today going to listen from him that what exactly they are serving, what exactly their work is related with the food and nutrition, how much they are working to secure the food, and they are focusing on the women entrepreneurs through this agriculture program. So thank you so much, sir, for joining us as a keynote speaker. And we are going to welcome you on this board. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Can I go for the screen sharing, please?
Yes, you may. You may share your screen.
Yeah. So I think everybody can see this screen?
Yes, sir,
Yes,
that's
sir.
correct.
Yes.
Okay. So welcome everybody, and in this have a good day. Some people are here in the day, in the night, in the afternoon, wherever they are, ever the time. So I welcome them on board. And I'm Dr. Sayyid Iftikhar Hussain. I'm Dr. Sayyid Iftikhar Hussain.
Everyone kindly mute your mics, or even Surrender, you can mute everyone's mic except if the cards up.
There's a problem from my side?
No.
No,
So
I'm unable
we are
to mute
basically
your
going
mic.
to mute everyone's mic except if the cards up.
Yes, I'm having a problem muting the one person. I have to mute everyone, and then we'll have to bring you back in.
So you can unmute your mic. If the
Yes,
cards up,
sir,
you
please.
can unmute yourself.
Yes, Dr. Sayed, you may continue, please.
Thank you.
You can listen to me?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So first of all, I welcome all the members, respected members on board. And I really feel pride that I have been selected by the board of your management to address this session as a keynote speaker. I'm still a student of agriculture working here with the Agritourism Pakistan as a senior vice president. And we are the part of this campaign because we are really concerned with the food safety and security challenges globally and in our Pakistan especially. And I think that today we will start our topic, and our topic will cover most of the things. And you will see more and more pictures in my presentation, and that pictures will reflect our activities and our span of area and our verticals, that why we are marching towards that. So today we will cover this transformation to sustainable ecological farming and introducing the concept of peri-urban agriculture and permaculture to meet the future global challenges. So can move next. I think computer stuff.
You can take this from your arrows on your laptop.
Yes.
Next one. Yes.
So this is the 16 days of activism for development, and I feel honored that I am a part of this campaign, of this marathon, and all the organizers. They have done the wonderful job, and maybe I'm the person that I can serve with you and go ahead in the future for the noble cause. So this is my brief biography. I am a pharmacist by profession, and I am having my post-graduations and MPhils in biochemistry. And then I served for the national and multinational forums for at least 30 years, with half of the world I have covered for that purpose. And nowadays we are working for an agro-pharma concepts to deal with the food security and safety purposes. So this is my Pakistan, and you see Pakistan is a developing country of South Asia with a population of about 220.9 million, spreading over an area of 87.98 million hectares. The country is situated between latitude 23 and 37 north and longitude 61 to 76 east. Pakistan is an agricultural country with almost 51% fertile land for the growth and cultivation of conventional, cash, and medicinal value crops, with the GDP just over to 63.7 billion USD. And subject of matter today, we will cover the following concepts. First is the production of balanced, safe food and nutritional security. Second is increased productivity and enhanced steady income. Microgarden, peri-urban agriculture, permaculture, and agritourism. Third one is increased employment generation. 4, solving energy, fuel, and food crisis. 5, avoiding deforestation and conservation of forests. 6, sustainable city development projects. 7, sustainable supply chain via blockchain technologies. So first one is our production of balanced food and nutritional security. First, I will show you the pictures and then we will move forward with the text. You can see that how we are going to serve the nation for our activities, this small micro gardens with the raised beds. And just you can see this radish pods, just we have taken this few foods and this cabbage in the fields. And Mariam is, Mariam, you know that she is always with us when we are going to train the poor women around in the areas. And this is, you see, our orange citrus farms, and here are the bananas. And then how can we increase productivity and enhance steady income? This is you know is a process that we should go to the research centers, R&D of you take the feedback from the research and development, you go for the consortium of the regional countries, you go for the cash crops, that is saffron, for aloe, and for the mushrooms, there's a superfood declared by the WHO. And this you can see in this picture, especially Mariam is preparing for this first our unit, which was charged in Punjab and Lahore. She inaugurated this unit of mushroom production. And secondly, this technology is there, and you have a greenhouse here, nursery. We prepare nurseries first, and then this is the main greenhouse where you can see the bitter gourd in my hand, and we produce seeds. Is Dr. Tarish from Canada there. And from this home garden, you can see pomegranates in our garden. And this is our main focus, where we train the ladies. This is the reason why we have joined hands with the commodity of the women, that woman empowerment game, which has been trained by the Mariam Khan, and Mariam Khan is the head of that area. And we worked a lot to go the far from and in the regions where access is very difficult, and on-spot training of seed sowing, soil preparation, and how we go to the validation of the soil fertilizer, and how we have to care our plants. Then this is a farmer there. He can show you that is the organic crop of onion, and he has been trained by the board, our board of Agribite. And this one in the you can see this is our new project, where we are preparing a 4-acre integrated farming services land with organic produce. Increased employment generation, and this is automatically when you will go to the remote areas and you are going to train the ladies. You can see in the background, Mariam is sitting, and we are delivering the lectures to the areas. This central Punjab is a remote area, and the ladies, because they have a compulsion of this IBA, and so they are sitting and listening everything from our board. And look at this here. We are sitting with the farmers on board, and they have grown the sweet potatoes, and we are enjoying these sweet potatoes there by steam cooking on the ground. And this is what the passion should be there. This is the energy. You are training the farmers there. Farmers need your skills. Farmer need your techniques. Farmer need you there with them, and then you can easily have the access to their areas and their problems, and you can identify and you can solve them easily. Here we are again with Mariam Khan, and this is again a remote area of Punjab where the ladies were given the training of capacity building, and this is very useful training. This is conducted by us for 2 or 3 days. 3 days marathon was there, and about 200 ladies in 5 districts were trained in that campaign for the capacity building and for their kitchen gardening, home gardening, and for their home embroidery. Look at this this picture, especially young generation, our vibrant university student is sitting here, and he is discussing with the CEO of this farm. This is a person who is a farmer, and he is giving him the lesson, and he has given the, you see this architecture of the garden, that how you have to grow, how many plants you have to grow, what type of fertilizer you can use, and he has made all the things. And this is our plan, that we are going to collaborate these farmers with the young, vibrant academia. They should go to the farms, and they must see the things practically. Look here, that again, this is our highland areas. You may say this is our Pakistan in the great Gilgit-Baltistan, and where we go for the training of the people, where so much fruit was wasted. 75% of their crop is wasted because they don't know how to preserve that, how to make the pulp, how to transport that. Because this is as a highland now, we are going there just to make them compatible with our services. And now value additions they have taken, and this seminar was conducted by us, by the AgriBite Pakistan. And look at here, we have small outlets, shops. We have been given to the farmers in the remote areas, in the markets, so that they can sell their products from the farm and their fertilizers and everything. This is the story here in the Sindh of our Pakistan. A man who is producing, this is the farmer, he was producing tomatoes. And look at the this bulk tomatoes were there, and we went there, and then we established a reliable and sustainable supply chain, so that he was at that time he was selling about 2 rupees per kg tomatoes. Now he is selling in 30 rupees per kg. Now this is the economic uplift of this farmer, that he has given the notes and everything. And these are the ladies. You can see the seeds packets in their hands. They have trained by us. And at the backside, if you can see, these are the plants, mulberry plants. And these ladies have grown these mulberry plants. And these plants, we were just given these cuttings of the plants about 4 months ago. And now these plants are 1 meter high, 1.5 meter high. Now they can sell them in 1,200 rupees. So this based on economy and value generation of the plant, there again, this is used by the sericulture, and sericulture ladies also, they took part in that. Here you can see this picture. You give this is the Entrepreneurship Meetup. We go for the entrepreneur training sessions. We conduct them in real estate, new real estate towns, and wherever we feel it is necessary, we go and address the community in the institutions, also in the universities also. So this is have a very prime importance if you go ahead to penetrate in the communities to give food and to assure the supply of food to each and every person. The modules can cover urban and peri-urban horticulture crop production, because population is spreading over day by day. And for this purpose, nobody can have the access to the far from areas, agriculture lands and the markets. So we have to produce, and we have to fetch that agriculture, small agriculture venues, wherever we have the place close to the towns and urban areas. Second is urban and peri-urban animal husbandry, and urban and peri-urban forestry, urban and peri-urban aquaculture. I will show you one by one. This is a module we have given this for the home gardening and for micro gardens. Every facility we provide to the interested people at their home. So they go for their kitchen, for one home or two homes, they can produce by 20 or 30 pots. We give them the seeds, and they can easily grow their salads, they grow their basic things, spices and other things, which are the routine groceries, for example, vegetables for their daily use. And this is urban and peri-urban small animal production. You know, livestock keeping in cities is a common in many developing countries, including goats, sheep, cows, horses, camels, chicken, buffaloes, pigeons, and free chicken to produce milk, meat, and eggs. We should encourage these things. So secondly, is each of these animals has its specific advantages and disadvantages, you know, and particularly small animals are adaptable to backyard conditions. Chicks, likewise chicks, they require little capital to start with, occupying less space than cows and bulls, can provide both meat and milk, and generally reproduce at 2 to 3 years old. It is easy to sell them also. And here you can see that ducks are well adapted to high rainfall, grow to the greater size, and lay more and larger eggs, and are less susceptible to disease and parasites. And we are also now having ducks on our aquaculture ponds. They swim on the on the top of the water, and their poop is a very good diet for the fish to take that. And this is known as the permaculture, that where we have ponds now of the aquaculture for the fish production. We have 50 or 100 duck squads. They are swimming over the water where ponds are available. So this is our brown chicks on the backyard of our home or our farm. You can have 50 to 100 brown chicks. And these are the organic meat will be available for you. Organic eggs will be available for you, and they can reproduce and they can increase their number day by day with the passage of time. And this is our city, Faisalabad. We have erected this 3,000 control yard of chicks is available in Faisalabad. These are goats, small goats. Goats are, Mariam was with me when we were visited the central Punjab in the Sindh, the mighty Indus area that is known as the Kacha. And that is a Rajanpur district. And it is very famous for the goat production. And it is you know, if come over to Pakistan and we will slaughter something goats for you. And this is very tasty meat for this area. Rajanpur is known well in the Pakistan as well as internationally. And this is the Multan district, and we have visited this area. Coming over to cows and buffaloes are prime milk producers, and production is very high. Genuine source for dairy products. And our Sahiwal district is a well-known district, and Montgomery is its old name. And Sahiwal breed is a famous breed throughout the world. And this Australian and Holland breeds have been initiated from Sahiwal, you know, Pakistan. Then is the avoiding deforestation and conserving our forests. You see, this is very important because the climate change and global warming, these are the two aspects which we have to cater in the future. And, you know, our Prime Minister, Mr. Imran Khan, has started this campaign in last 3 years. 1 billion tree projects. In our one province, KPK, they have planted about 1 billion trees in the forests to increase, to have a war against and challenge, to meet the challenges against the global warming. So like these campaigns, one more I will show you in the next slides. So forestry, one forestry is a because linkage vertical is this sericulture forestry is a viable home industry. You can again meet the challenges of poverty, and our ladies at home or our far from areas where no economy is a problem for them. You can give them the mulberry leaves, and you can give the small culture of this silkworm to them. And they can produce silk from silkworm growing on compost made from mulberry leaves. It's very economical, and ladies are in our Pakistan, Changamanga is the region, and we are sourcing them. About 3,000 families have been given the advantage of this, and they are earning good money monthly, and they are producing this silk and they are selling them in the market successfully. And we again salute to Mariam Khan for this initiative. One thing is this, that you can make from the disposable crockery and paper production, from the stuff which is wasted from the, when you go for the forestry, and there you have sticks available, you have a somewhat debris is available there. And from the plant pulp and leaves are the new trends emerging rapidly around the globe. And vegetative origin crockery and disposable cups will be available in future to you. And also they have been practiced in the Bangkok, Thailand, Philippines, and other areas. In Sri Lanka also, I have seen that. And now in Pakistan, our university, Arad University, have given the students a task, and a PhD student is working for that, and they have gathered down the pulp, and by the pressure processing, they will make these dyes, and these crockeries will be available in the market very soon in the near future. And wood-based building material, poles, benches, and leaves for thatching are also in high demand in many urban areas. In addition to green belt plantations, the renewal of fruit tree plantations, and the maintenance of street trees and parks is a viable source of fuel wood material, particularly in the case of the poorest elements of the society. So this forest covers all aspects of the needs of the community. We must go into the forestation. Hydroponics, although this is somewhat expensive, but it is a new trend and new technology that has been introduced for our middle class and high class peoples. Under hydroponics, plants can be grown closer together than in the field, thereby increasing yields and multiple cropping. The growing of several crops in the same tank can be practiced. In addition to conserving space, hydroponics almost eliminates weed and pests problem. And at home level, you can go for the salads and some of the crops. And commercial scale, it needs more funds and high costs. Aquaculture is self-explanatory, and if you have integrated farming services at your farm, you can go for the fishing. And 2 canals space is enough to produce 9 tons of the fish, and it is enough for a family for 1 year. And it can give you the 4 to 5 lakh rupees after 6 months, and you can go ahead with to meet the food demands of the community also, and for your home economy, it can boost the things. This aquaculture is very much getting popularity with our in Pakistan, because rivers are also squeezing, and freshwater fish is squeezing in demand. And now we have aquaponics. They have introduced this. And this is a good technology. It is in everywhere in Pakistan now. They are producing much fish for the community, especially in the winter. It is a very we like it very much, our community. So you may see this kinder farmers. This is a concept which is launched 2 years ago in Pakistan by Agritourism Pakistan. And we think that especially in the COVID-19 and this crisis, when the viral infections were around and schools were closed, and we had a meeting with our kids in the schools, and we asked them that why your schools have been closed. They say that Corona is there. I say, why Corona? What is Corona? But they were never knowing that how Corona is coming and what the damage this Corona is giving to them. And then So it was very necessary for us. We thought that these our kids should come out of this dilemma, the fear of this virus. And so we went to the schools and we taught them and during their breaks and how you have to be a good citizen to have a war against this virus disease, and come out and you grow your own food, and we will learn you that you will learn that how to grow safe and good food for you people. And so we started simple presentations to them. Look at these babies, they have tomatoes, bell pepper and lemons in their hands. And so that was the very useful campaign, and it was very much honored by the parents also. And look at this training on floor training in the schools was given, how to sow the seeds and how to sow their seeds in the pots, and these teaching staff, and they're really enjoying that show. And I usually get time monthly. For 2 days, I go to the schools and I take the feedback from our kinder farmers that how much they have learned and how they are progressing towards their new food. And some of the kids have taken their nicknames. I'm Ladyfinger, I'm Tomato, I'm Potato. So they're enjoying. They have a festivity with their these crops, and now they are not worried about that corona now. They say that we will grow our own foods. We will not take the things of unhygienic food from the market. And so we can prepare our own recipes now at home. So that is very encouraging. Next is solving energy and fuel and food crisis. This is very important. So that because day by day energy crisis is taking a hike along throughout the globe, and environmental pollutions and everything, and for the food for the we should look into it. And you can see that this is a way we are there. We have provided the solar system on the fields. By this solar system, they have a small pump of water that is enough to supply water for this 4-acre land. And the water requirement, what is enough to grow the vegetables and fruits in that 4-acre, these 8 plates are enough for their light, for their moving that fan also, and for their purpose of energy, it can solve their purpose. So we have started the solar panels on the fields. So it will help them, and it will save the economy also. And it will give good returns of their crop in the market. This is a greenhouse which we have established in Mamu Kanjan, and in the 50 acres land, well furnished and high-tech greenhouses are available there, and we are producing seeds of different varieties. Have a very high-tech biotechnology lab here to prepare the new genomes and new seeds here in the Yuxel seeds by name. And now you can see this this facility. This facility is a commercial facility for value addition of our product, for the processing of our plants to make the medicinal plants. They are sifted, they are then graded, and fruits are graded. We produce their pulps, we produce their Tetra Paks, and we produce jam, jellies, pickles here in this processing plant. And the local farmers, they can fetch their crops towards this area. This is in Islamabad, Hattar area, state, where we have established this processing zone, industry, so that the value addition should be there to supply, so as to encourage our supply chains and blockchains and our export towards other countries. So this is the cosmetology. This is I think that if Mariam is handing this CDF, And all the women, and we are, if we are addressing the women platform, then without this cosmetology, we can't be a successful, and no business is like this. In the next, I think, decades, by 2030, I think the cosmetology will lead the economy of the world. And so in Pakistan, Mariam in Saiwal, she has inaugurated that Allura Beauty Salon. And this Allura Beauty Salon proprietor, this ma'am, she has her own land of 5 acres. So she has grown all the crops which are used in the cosmetology. That is henna, that is aloe, that is lemon, that is banana. And all these crops are grown to make the products. And she has very successfully launched her organic cosmetology products and successfully using and having a good results of these products in Pakistan. This is one aspect, agritourism. Agritourism, you know, this it is a campaign, you know, and all your success lies in this agritourism. Agritourism Development Corporation of Pakistan has succeeded to modulate festivity in agriculture. Oh, 56 agritourism festivals are scheduled on their relative potential agri-zones where the crop is being produced. I give you an example for this, that why agritourism is economically more suitable for the farmers. Look at this place. This is a peanut farm. This is a machine, and this is the crop of peanut. And I'm here, and we are just threshing that peanut from this plant. What happens that we collect all the crop from this field, and we will sell it to the consumers, and giving the good return to the farmer at the spot. When the festival will be there, about 2,000 to 3,000 attendants will be there. And if they buy 1 kg peanut each customer, then how that person, the farmer, the same day, he can earn all his expense on the same day what we have spent on his crops. So at their spots, we arrange hard area, we don't mind. It is far from the towns, we don't mind. We go and arrange the festivals so to boost the economy of the farmer and to minimize the involvement of middlemen and quackery in the agriculture. Look, this is the mushroom festival just happened in Pakistan, in Faisalabad region 2 weeks ago. And these are all the mushroom bags, and they have prepared the products of pickle, jams, and rallies. Down here, you can see Dr. Tahir Rashid and me is here. We are preparing jaggery from the sugar cane. And this is a very good replacement from the traditional sugar. And jaggery is, you know, this is all these these are not guests. These are our customers. They are waiting to complete the batch, and that has been sold already. And 1 acre crop is sold per day on the spot by making this jaggery. So this is the initiative we have taken by these festivals, that the farmer should go in the small processing, and they can even they can earn more, and they can have the encouragement to go for the processing, for the industry, to the corporate sector. This is the initiative. And this boy, you look, he's enjoying there at the this is the Mulberry resort here in the bank of the lake in Islamabad. And this is a very good spot for permaculture, for agritourism spot. Look at this person. This is not a village. This is a farm of 3 and 4 acres for the herbal products, for medicinal products. This Mr. Wearing this blue shirt, he is a PhD scholar. He is a PhD person, agriculture person, who has established this farm, and they are producing essential oils. They are producing herbal oils used in the cosmetics, in the herbs, and in the pharmaceuticals. This person, we have this investment group with us, and this is the Naval Farms Islamabad. This is the grapes farm, and now this grapes farm, they are producing about 15 different types of varieties of grapes. And look at this again, sweet potatoes and this peanut festival. All this has been established now in Pakistan. And this again, you can see small farms are there, and this floral crops, and all persons are gathered around, and they're taking the training, and we go far from areas in the northern areas everywhere. And here, this is the research center, Pakistan Council of Scientific and Industrial Research Laboratories, Kardu, and addressing and having a meeting with these things so that they can provide the R&D and all the technicals and technicalities and technologies to the farmers at their places. Organic food. This is the bread, our local bread. We made it from the grains, and this is very useful bread for the diabetic patients, for hypertensive patients, and for weight conscious people. And this is butter is being manufactured from the milk. So this is academia and corporate consortium. It is very important aspect that if you want to energize your agriculture and really you want to go in the streets and to help the ailing community, then young, vibrant inertia is needed by your campaigns. So young, vibrant energy is only available in your academia, which are graduates. So we go with the graduates, and recently we have launched walk and play cards. They have prepared everything and for food safety and security. And this is all the bureaucracy. We involve them, and then policy making. Mariam Khan call them often there for the meetings. And so we devise the policies, and we then get the approval from this government. And then we go to the academia to make this strong association between the academia and corporate, so that this consortium should work out for the betterment of food and safety. Look at this again, this is a clips that Food Safety and Security Consortium, we are addressing the things in the universities, and we are giving the lectures, and we are giving the seminars in the universities. So this is a non-concept. This is father of the nation of Pakistan, Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah. And I had his vision that when Pakistan was made, it is an agricultural country. And now with the vision of our father of nation, Prime Minister of Pakistan, Imran Khan, has given us a new idea of sustainable green living that is known as Ruda, Ravi Urban Development Authority. This is an authority which have been modularized to build a new city, 46 kilometers long city, at the bank of the river Ravi. It's a great Ravi river in Punjab, Lahore, coming from India and throughout the Punjab, far in the central Punjab, it goes to the mighty Sindh. And from this 46 kilometer city will be modularized. Now it has been, project has been started, and 3 barrages to maintain the water level, then diversion of additional water to revitalize the river, then provision of 3 islands and winds of change. You can see that banner, and creating ecological magic. What is this magic? That we have planned and we have designed about 90 farmhouses at each 10 kilometers area. So for 1 acre, 2 acres, and 5 acres, where integrated farming services and organic food will be produced, and this organic food will be delivered to the community who will be living in this new city and all around in the Lahore and other areas. And this is a real magic project that is governed by the government of Punjab, and technology support to modernize farming methods from Livingstone Greetings. That is a module also taken by the Switzerland. And the 3,071 acres of land has been modularized so that we'll have more than 10 to 20 years native trees. So this is a model. You can see that this is the integrated farming services which will be introduced in this Ruda, Ravi Urban Development Project. This 1 acre land or 2 acres land, we will have a green residences from for workers there inside, livestock, and then cattle, poultry, fish, and this we have then this high crops through raised fields drip irrigation system. We will establish these floral crops, and these you can see this by tunnel farming and by greenhouses and this open culture and hydroponics. This technology will be used in these Ravi urban authorities farmhouses, and we will we invite you people in the region that you can come over and you can go to the website to see the beauty of this project. And we are here to modelize your country and your cities if you need our services, and we can guide you, we can consult you. And we also invite the investors from abroad that they can come over here and they can invest in our city, and they can take the modulation to their own countries then to spread over this concept. So we move on to sustainable food security and safety. Again, that is, we have already discussed, and this is a module for the corporate sector, policy implementation, farmers, consumers, academia, traders. And if you have these 6 verticals, they are well incorporated to each other, then nobody can stop this campaign of sustainable food security and safety. So it is important that in the academia, we should have a strong bonding between 3 departments in the academia. That is biochemistry, pharmacy, horticulture, and IT services. Horticulture is an agriculture, they will produce the things. Biochemistry will give you the research work, R&D, genomics, dossiers. Pharmacist will add the value additions and their all the pharmacy shops and nutrition division, and they will give the access to the consumers, what the nutritionists will write on the prescriptions, and pharmacist is there at his shop as a food section where all the things, farm fresh supplies will be available from the supply chain at the doorsteps of the pharmacy, and that will be delivered by the pharmacist on the prescription of nutritionist. And all these things that will be monitored by the blockchain, that is IT services, blockchain supply, and that will cut down the prices, and that will ensure the supply to the ailing humanity and to the needy people on the sustainable way. So recommendations, there are some recommendations. If I can, we can go through these recommendations one by one. That is, young graduate forums should be established within the member countries. So we are here that if this marathon is going out with the organizations can take the initiatives for these recommendations. I will welcome each and every organization taking part in this 16 days marathon, that we must go and we must consider this thing if you can go ahead. This is Young Graduate Forums, Common Finance and Funds, World Agri-Business Forum, and Regional Consortiums. And one by one, if you go to the graduates, motivation and internship training of young graduate groups to unite their energies for incentives, education, and links. Launching of campaigns to serve the ailing humanity to improve their bilateral, professional, managerial skills and cultural relations among them. So it's a common finance and fund to launch a common finance and funds to support the victims of natural disasters around the globe. If you are united and somewhere some disaster is there, we can collectively go to help the ailing humanity there. And if we have a common finance fund, then no problem will be there. And within no time, the victims can have a good support from your side. To award the fully and partially funded scholarships for the deserving graduates. The poor graduates should have this access to the fully funded scholarships so that they can move around to the world and they can learn the new techniques they can learn new hopes and for the future of their relative countries. So this World Agri-Business Forum, because if you are business ladies, then you should go ahead with the World Agri-Business Forum, may be introduced to avail the best possible offers, chances offered by the member countries. And every member country has their own specific food, own specific dishes, own specific recipes, and they can introduce and they can have exchange with each other, and they can, their collaboration may be the manufacturing, retails, and marketing purposes, and mutual retail food outlet chains you can establish with the member countries, just like this McDonald's and other. You can make your own outlets, organic food outlets in the member countries. Mutual retail food outlet chains may be established within member countries. So regional consortiums, they established these regional consortiums for increasing the span of activities and for more authentic feedback. And this is the thing which is finally required for policy making. And these consortiums, when they will give the feedback or they need any assistance, we can move ahead for that specific region to help them to work there collectively and to move ahead with the this noble cause. So conclusions, we come by the end of the conclusions. Local governments to promote urban agriculture in their cities, develop tax incentives and other policies, and promote the collection of information on urban agriculture activities in their territorial planning processes. Federal and provincial governments to include urban agriculture in their programs to alleviate poverty, food safety, promotion of local development, and environmental and health improvement. We must encourage cities to recognize the significance of the contribution of urban agriculture to social development approaches, generation of jobs and income, self-esteem, environmental improvement, and particularly food safety, and to add them on their key development goals in a transparent and concrete way. We must reaffirm our commitment to improve urban management through the promotion of urban agriculture experiences in our cities, as to enhance food security, address urban poverty, improve urban environment and health management, and develop more participatory. And thank you very much. This is all over from my presentation. And I have tried my best to cover the things, but if anything is lacking, let me know. And I need your help and feedback. And I am still a student of agriculture and looking forward to your suggestions and everything. And we will move ahead and we energize ourselves to go ahead for that. Thank you very much for the listening and for my work and everything. And all this initiative, 50% initiatives are given by the Mariam Khan. She is sitting with you and she is my mentor also in Pakistan. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for your great words. You are our senior.
Yeah, we want to clap. We want to clap. This is just mind blowing, fantastic, fabulous. I like the words and what humbles us.
I feel really proud to be a part of you people.
Yeah.
I feel it. I feel it is respect for my country. And please pray for us. We pray for you all people. And Mariam Khan is doing best of things with us. And pray for her also. And we pray with each other for all. And you have pearls with you. You have collected the pearls from the bird. And today some conversation on the messenger with the Jenny Craxton has been done with me. Some discussions. She is a very dynamic lady and she has prepared some of the herbal preparations, you know. And she can be a billionaire in the future if she can go for the marketing that products. So she is a good business lady. Thank you very much.
So that's why she is our strategic business leader as well.
I have invited her next year in Pakistan.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you so
Right.
much.
So Andrew, I have much respect with you, and you are doing a great job to tender this conference. And really, I want to see you personally. I will come over there after this Corona wars. Just I will visit your country, inshallah.
Well, the great news is that Mariam Khan, you and I need to work right now on the common financing. We have a merchant banker that's ready to go forward.
Yeah.
So also, please provide the presentation in a PDF form or PowerPoint. And Mariam, I think it's time for us to get our media team involved so that each day we can extract the presentations and present them as a package to the world. We all know we're facing a food pandemic as we deal with the coronavirus pandemic. The more we can have locally grown food, the less we can affect transportation and other climate change issues by creating a worldwide common resiliency network. So, Dr. Syed, namaste. I'm at your convenience. We have people coming in now from Kenya and around the world. It's critically important that we take advantage of the United Nations Global Compact that has a 2021 through 2023 local network plan to connect the South to South and North to South and South. So these are topics I hope to address before this series is over. Thank you so much. And please expect me to reach out to you.
Yeah, okay. Thank you very much. I have already submitted my presentation to the Mariam Khan for the CVD. Thank you for your forum.
Thank you so much. And before moving towards our next speaker, I have one great announcement, which I have just a few minutes received from our chairperson, Dr. Tamara, that Global Women's Development Network is now a registered organization with United Nations Global Marketplace. So this is a matter of great achievement for the network. That we all are. Thank you so much, sir.
And her team and her efforts.
Now we are authorized to use the UN logos officially, and we are the registered members of United Nations Global Marketplace. So it's a matter of great achievement for us. Yes. Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Yes. Let us clap, let us click, let us. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And thank you, Dr. Syed. Wonderful indeed. And the humility when you are saying you are waiting for our feedback. We are just, you know, we are excited to see these great things. You're so practical. You are out there. Miriam, we have not only have we suspected, I think because I've been with you, I've been following you, your work, even you as well, the humility. We can never really say that you are driving such a huge train, and we know the work and the mark that you are making in your community in Pakistan. So ladies and gentlemen, that time has arrived. Let us interact with Dr. Syed. Let us take questions. We will do as we did with Madam Joan. Jot down the questions so that if there is a common theme, at least you are able to just combine them and answer them compactly. So if we can have questions, we know we raise the hands from the reactions, where there's a button with the head reactions. You raise the hand there, and then we are able to take the questions. Dr. Syed has given us such powerful presentation, practicality, and while we are waiting for hands to come up, I just need to understand, did you say the beauty salon belongs to Miriam? This Miriam?
Mariam Khan inaugurated. Mariam Khan only inaugurated that Allura Beauty Salon. She's our one lady. Nagmana, I think Nagmana. Her name is Nagmana in Saiba. She is running that beauty salon, and Nagmana is her mentor.
Okay, that's great. No, I was teasing her. I was teasing her to say I am when I come to Pakistan, because that's really. So we'll see between myself and Dr. Andrew who arrives first. Okay, we can see the hand from Tuso Machai. He is Prince Tuso from my home clan. So let us hear from you, sir. Dr. Syed, I would like you to take down the questions. Don't answer one by one. Take them down, and then you are going to be addressing them as when you answer. to try and really, make sure we take advantage of your time.
Okay, no problem.
And then thereafter, we will have Sunway Research. So let's hear from Prince Tuso.
Thank you very much. That was a beautiful presentation. I really enjoyed it. It's like we can embark on it like yesterday. I am wondering, how did the projects go around the municipality bylaws? Municipality bylaws have got a tendency of keeping us hungry in the cities to be able to establish lovely projects like these. Did you have any hassles coming around the bylaws of the municipality? Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much. So you will answer them all out at a go. So we'll have one from Sunway Research.
Hello.
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
Yeah. Good evening to you all from Nepal. This is Pradeep. I'm directing the Sunway Research and Innovation Center here in Nepal. And we are focusing to integrate the technology, especially the low technology for the agriculture innovation to achieve the SDG 2. Yeah. So yeah, really, I'm enjoyed. My brother Andre, he just informed me. Yeah, I'm a bit late, but I really enjoyed about the presentation of the Dr. Said about the agriculture.
And your question, yeah, Pradeep, please submit your question. And we do want you to present before we're over with. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
go right ahead, your question.
Sure. Yeah, I'm coming to my question. My question is on what kind of the low technology and the local resources you are using for the agriculture innovation for the sustainability?
What kind of?
What kind of technology you are using on your agriculture project over there for sustainability?
You mean low technology, you mean, Pradeep?
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Yes, low technology, not the high-tech stuff, but things that anyone in the world can use. Low technology. Is there a place for low technology?
Okay.
Okay. We have, thank you so much for that question, Pradeep. So we now have another hand from Joan Kerr. Your question, ma'am.
Hello, thank you, Princess Ravi. Great presentation, well integrated, great presentation. I'm interested in the students that you're engaging. What profession are they, and how do you get them exactly to be involved?
Okay.
Great.
Okay.
So now we can hear from you. So there is no more so now you can go ahead and answer the questions.
Okay. First question was from respectable Thoso, municipal bylaws. He was asking about the municipality bylaws. There's also in Pakistan, municipality always because we have local governments available here in Pakistan, and the agricultural division, our agriculture department, have their adoptive centers in each district, adoptive research centers in each district. So these are very well connected with the farmers, and municipality bylaws, they never urge with these adoptive centers recommendations. They train the farmers that you don't throw your waste in the drains, and only the municipality is concerned with the cleanliness of the areas, with the hygienic food, and we should not, the farmers, they are instructed by the municipality that they should not dispose of their unhygienic food and all the waste in the urban areas. So that is the only SOP which they take care about, and municipality, otherwise they don't argue with the farmers and the agricultural work going on there.
Thank you. I hope that question is answered.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. We can go to the next question, Dr. Said.
Second question was from the Sunway Research, this Pradeep brother from Nepal, and he was asking about technology. Yeah, dear brother, we are using first from the small areas. We first establish the micro gardens, kitchen gardening at your home. No big technology is required, just few pots, and you can have enough food for you within 3 to 4 months. And then this sustainability you can maintain by transforming the seeds and transforming the plants by your own. And if you go for your community level, for you see the county for the 20 or 25 homes, then you have a plot of 1 canal or 2 canals will be enough. And you can go with the tunnel farming, low tunnel farming, very low cost. And you can make a raised beds there from, and all or your kitchen waste from the 20 houses, you can collect that as a fertilizer. No need to buy the fertilizer from outside. And you can, we can send you the homemade pesticide for your tunnel. And you can go for that project. And you can even feed the 20 or 30 homes in your vicinity. And again, step by step, then you will be a rich man again, economy wise, and then go to the high tunnels and then greenhouses, then you can move ahead. Solar technology you can adopt, and you can adopt this drip irrigation at your level. If you can send you me the WhatsApp number, I can send you directly that what we are doing in the poverty areas, and there from their home the things are available to establish a micro garden and to serve the community, farm fresh supply to their dining tables.
Thank you. Thank you so much. That we have just heard from Dr. Said. Yes.
From John Kerr. This she was asking about how we can engage the academia. Yeah, John Kerr, we are interested in my slide. I have shown you that we are on the first hand, we are interested to join with the horticulture students in the universities and which are studying in the biology department, horticulture students. And second, the person is biochemistry students. This is the biochemistry department. And third one is pharmacist. And fourth one is IT students, information technology. So horticulture students, they will give you the idea of agriculture, how to grow the soil, how to regenerate the soil, how to regenerate the seeds, and how to grow with the crops. And then biochemistry is a R&D. All the R&D and genomes and their biotechnology work will be done by the biochemist. And they will give the research paper and accreditation certificates to export and import and for the sales and for the marketing of the products. And third one is pharmacist. He is the person, right person to value add the products in the value addition, packing, sewing, sorting, and then pulp making, and then get it ready for the supply chains and in the shelves in the supermarkets. And he is the right man who can give you a farm fresh supply on the prescription of nutrition doctors. And final is the IT. If you have a blockchain and if you have IT masters with you, he can maintain a blockchain for you to save your economy from the pilferage, to save you from the middleman things, and to save you for the copying of your products, and your proprietary rights will be served honorable in the society. Thank you.
That is great. It looks like everyone is happy that their questions were answered so well. Thank you so much, Dr. Sayed. You have answered them on point. You've always been consistent. So before we go to our next speaker, which is Jenny Carrington, I just would like to say thank you and remind those that have just joined us, even our online audience, that we are on the 5th day of our 16 days of activism for development. This is a joint campaign from all organizations globally and individuals. And our focus in this campaign is on agriculture, food security, nutrition, and all things to do with making sure that we are contributing to the Zero Hunger Sustainable Goal number I think number 3, if not number 2. So it is all that, as you have heard as well, the great news that we are now fully registered with the United Nations and organizations in, Miriam, repeat again, under which one?
Global Marketplace.
Global Marketplace. And now we are going to be adding that logo next to our GWN, GWND. We will be adding the United Nations. We are now recognized. So you know what? Even for more reasons that you want to see your logo on this partnership, the sustainable goal number 17 is what we are working on, all of us. Collaboration, bringing everybody from east to the west, south to the north, all organizations. So our focus for these 16 days is everything agriculture. We will be bringing the children as well to have conversations with them. As we have seen, the new phenomenon, to me, I've just learned about the kindergarten, the kinder farming. And that is such a lovely concept. And we have taken it with, we have learned, we are taking it with to see how can we bring children as well on that. We are going to be hearing as well from the recovery centers as well to say, there are these women that are farming where at the recovery center, after they have, the survivors. Yesterday we learned in another conference that they are not the victims, they are the survivors. But through agriculture, how are they working on that one? And not only for food consumption and food security, and all working with the soil also has the healing elements, the healing factor. That is what Jenny is going to be telling us more about. So right about now, ladies and gentlemen, let us go to our next speaker, which is our partner, our very vivacious, very lovely, and very electrifying Jenny Carrington. Jenny still with us? I don't see her, Miriam.
Okay, let me call her. I think so she lost her connection because she's in traveling and she's joining us from one of the internet cafe. It's a tea house, I think so. So let me check with her.
Yeah,
she's coming in now.
Okay,
I just let her in.
Great. Thank you so much. Thank you to everybody who keeps on following us. We are on the 5th day. We will be carrying on with these sessions, with this campaign until the 10th of December. Each day you will be hearing from organizations and individuals that are actively involved within the agricultural sector in their respective countries. We want everybody to be on board with us. Is Jenny in yet? Yes. Yes and yes. Jenny, the floor is yours, madam. Right, while she is preparing to come on board, thank you very much to all. I can see we have Kenya on board, Reverend Sampson, thank you for coming. We have Atia. Jenny, are you now here with us?
Yes, I don't know if I was kicked out or the meeting got ended, but I'm here.
We can never do that. We can never do that. We quickly realized that, hey, you left us. So good to see you. Please take over. Thank you so much.
Okay. Yeah, it was I guess an internet thing. I'm in Greece right now. Hello from the island of Crete, Greece. Doing my best with the internet as well. Just wanted to say to Dr. Sayed, we spoke this morning and I'm just, Princess Seppi, you talk a lot about humility and everyone knows, as an entertainer, we're not the most so great to be in a room full of people who are smarter than I am. So I can always be humbled. And that's really, truly how I feel after seeing this presentation. Is just so excited to also to see photos of actually what's happening on the ground right now.
maybe.
Jenny, I think so. When you put on your video, you lost your connection.
I think we can allow you to just have your audio only.
Exactly, yeah.
Jenny. We love your smile, but for us, so that we can get you fully and completely and not miss out a word, maybe you can put off the video and then we just hear you.
Well, perhaps while Jenny is getting ready, I can review yesterday's activities. We had 16 days of activism for development campaign. It's moving towards the defined goals and objectives of approaching smart agri solutions, promoting food safety and security, and ensuring nutrition as an essential part of mind, body, and soul. The session 4 was delivered by AHIABGA-TV, a renowned agriculturalist and successful business person who is emphasizing rural development with support of information technologies. The presentation was full of on-the-ground informations based on rural development issues and hurdles. He also highlighted the most latest and useful solutions to overcome those hurdles, especially with the use of information technologies by small farmers. The second session was headed by Saviors NGO. Mr. Hader Awan, along with his team, as they also shared the remarkable work of their organization, which is already serving under the 16 Days of Activism campaign agenda on food and nutrition and food safety and security. Best thing, which we found during the presentation, that a lot of women entrepreneurs are learning and doing work with them and utilizing smart agricultural models under their supervision. The major focus of the organization is promoting local and traditional food at the international level by different collaborative food festivals. They ensured that Saviors NGO will collaborate in the future with this campaign and also add a similar agenda for promoting the value of nutrition in young kids 0 to 15 years of age. Thank you so much. I'll turn it back over to the team. And Jenny, are you there? Can you continue? I'll put myself on mute.
I am here. I'm going to try without my video and hopefully I don't get kicked off this time. Just wanted to say a couple words. Are you able to hear me now?
Very clear. Thank you.
Okay, great. Was just saying before I got kicked off that you know, I'm in the entertainment industry in Hollywood, and we're really not well known for being the most humble people. And so it feels really great to be in a room with people who are so much smarter than me, because it's just very, very humbling and exciting for me to learn so much, but also to see the photos of this happening in real life, you know, and not just conceptualizing. So Dr. Sayed, thank you so much. The presentation was so thorough, so well written, very well presented, and really just, I'm thrilled to see what's going to happen in the future. I will say that I have another meeting at the top of the hour here. So in 25 minutes, I need to be off of this and on to another meeting. So I'm going to move quickly through my presentation, which is fine because my presentation is just really to give an overview of mindful multimedia in building a strong movement, and really how we can connect some of the other great work of the great speakers that you've heard so far and that you'll hear during the rest of the 16 days of activism, how we can tie it all together by making sure that we're getting our message out there into the world. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and I will go through our mindful media presentation here. And please, somebody stop me if you can't hear or see. Can everyone see the screen?
Yes, we can.
Yes, Jenny, we can hear you.
Okay, beautiful. So again, my presentation today is on mindful multimedia activism for building a strong movement. What is multimedia? So our ancient multimedia, you know, is we see across the world in hieroglyphics, our early languages, architecture, sculpture, mandalas, sundials, quilts, beads, and sign languages. These are all forms of our earliest media. When we talk about media today, we tend to think of movies, at least in America. We think of movies, we think of social media. But as we're referring back to our work with farmers and agriculture, it's really, really important to return to the roots of media as well. So I just wanted to connect some of the permaculture work with some of the early tools that our farmers used to monitor the sun and to monitor some of these scientific elements that help us to grow food. Moving on through history, we know that we sort of adapted and moved on to telegrams and postal service, the early telephones, radio, black and white TV, newspapers, magazines, etc. And media is always moving forward. We're always progressing and wanting to connect. It's our human nature to want to connect to other people. And we know that in this activism campaign, food is one of the ways that we connect. What do we do when we get on the phone? We're calling people to invite them over for dinner, right? So it's really kind of taking it back to the simplicity of why do we want to use media? We want to use media to connect. And in our case, we really want to use it to connect over nutritious food. Modern day, obviously moving into film, smartphones, color TVs, podium speeches that are streamed live. A lot of these modern technologies, you know, to be totally honest, I don't even know if what countries they're available in. As we're working on a global campaign, I think it's really important that we do some type of intake for our Global Women's Development Network countries that are going to sign on to our programs and services so that the global management team can really understand what type of media people are using and where. It might vary country to country, it might vary region to region, but we do need to know how to reach the local people in the form of media that works best for them. A more progressive and sort of where we are now in the developed countries is our recorded on-demand TV. So just so you folks know, not sure where you're calling in from, but TV is actually old news. We are now looking at on-demand TV. So instead of turning on a television and picking a channel, we're moving toward the age of being able to curate exactly what we want to watch at every hour of the day. We have options to pick and choose our media intake, and that's a little bit different than being subject to whatever the mainstream media is feeding us, right? So the idea that local media outlets now have the accessibility to display content that wasn't syndicated is offering a major opportunity to give a voice to the voiceless, to give a voice to the campaigns that have been underserved and not yet heard. So this is my chance to say a huge thank you to Andrew and Andrew Networks for 10 years ago having the foresight to see that this type of media was going to be available to us and to start connecting leaders like Miriam Khan, Dr. Tamara, over email. And now here we are on Zoom being able to stream our content to a global audience without major funding or major syndication. Most people think that this is where we are on this screen, but in actuality, we're looking toward a new age of multimedia. The new age of multimedia is virtual reality. It's integrated media. It's so here, I want you to really pay attention closely to these acronyms. VR stands for virtual reality. Virtual reality is it's actually like when you put those glasses on, you see this picture of me here with the virtual reality goggles, and you can imagine yourself in a location. So oftentimes we do virtual reality for the moon. Maybe we want to imagine what it's like to be on the moon. So we put on our glasses and we play a game where we're jumping on the moon. But what I see being able to use virtual reality for is to educate people on the farming techniques. So I would like, and I envision us to be able to put on virtual reality goggles and see deep into the layers of the soil to learn about the nutrients inside the soil. So that's what a virtual reality experience is. This is getting confused with AR, augmented reality. Augmented reality is more like this picture on the left here of these blocks. So augmented reality is when you take an object and you are able to actually see it in 3D and click on parts of the object to expand it and contract it in your purview. So you may be in a virtual reality setting, let's say we're on a farm with we're in our 3D goggles in a virtual reality farm. And then all of a sudden a cow comes along. We can augment that cow.
Sorry, Jenny, you can continue. Jemima, I think it was your mic that was on, which now we had to mute everybody. Thank you, yes, Jenny. Sorry.
Yes, please go ahead, Jenny. Thank you.
So Jenny is also muted from your side.
Okay, let's see if I can ask her to unmute. Just a moment.
Yes.
Okay, here we go.
Yes. Thank you.
So, what are the advantages of a multimedia approach? A multimedia approach is the future. It's fun. Okay, so a lot of for me, I think in America anyway, a lot of the reason why we don't have kids that interested in farming is because they don't think it's fun. We have a stigma around farming and nutrition. Vegetables, growing up for me, vegetables were yuck and farming was for losers. So, we need to change that. We need to change, the idea of how kids see nutrition and farming and food, and multimedia makes it fun. It's also universal. So across many countries, we're going to be talking in so many languages. I'm here on the island of Crete, Greece right now. And although many people in the cities do speak English, most of the people in the villages do not speak English, and they only speak their local village language. So, media provides us a way to speak to each other universally across traditional language borders. It's also timeless, meaning that in history, we can look back at the sundial, the Minoan sundials that I found on the Cretan palace, and it still has meaning to us. Even if we're not using it today, we can still understand media that has been used historically. Media is unifying. It brings us together. We come together to watch TV. We come together to play games. Media, along with food, is what brings us together. I think one of the most important ones is that it's reflective. So even if we are watching media alone, it gives us something to think about, right? So it really often, we want to identify with the characters in films and things, and we want to relate our own experiences to them. So it provides an opportunity for storytelling. And of course, it's entertaining. But what are some disadvantages of multimedia? And these are the things that we need to keep an eye on. Moving into the new age of multimedia, it's causing a lot of anxiety. So why is it causing us anxiety? Well, we don't know exactly how to apply it yet. Facebook came out about 10, 12 years ago now, and you can see almost every 6 months, there's a new addition, a like button, or a new developer creating an application for it. And so many apps on the market that we haven't yet discovered, we're still in the infancy phase of new age media. And although we think we have so many applications, there's so many more that are yet to be seen. Neuroses. It can cause anxiety for us if we're too deep into the media. If we spend too much time engaged in media, it can cause us to overthink and over-reflect. So we want to be really careful about how we're engaging with media. The X factors are, of course, unknown. We don't know yet. When we launch an application, we don't know how people will engage with it, or whether they will use it for harm or evil. When we create any sort of technology, it can be used for good, but there's also many applications of it that could be used negatively, that we really have to have the proper foresight to think about. So not only do we need IT experts, but we really need foresight experts to help us determine that the applications we're creating to teach people about nutrition are not misused in a negative way. Ego, so different interpretations, obviously. When I read something or see a video, I think about it differently than you do. So we want to make sure that we're having discussion and conversation. When we release media, like we release these Facebook videos and we put it out into the ether, it's really important that we debrief. We debrief to understand how it was perceived. The feedback on our media is really important. So when we get these PDFs together and we bring them to the UN, and again, congratulations, Miriam and Dr. Tamara, on our UN status. When we want to get feedback from them. It's very important for us to monitor, track, and adjust the interpretations of what we're putting out there in the world. Ego, that's pretty self-explanatory. I'm just going to move quickly through here because I want to make sure we get through everything. So why does media matter?
Jenny, take your time. We have time. Don't rush yourself. Make sure you.
I don't have time. I have to be in another meeting in 11 minutes.
Then where's your convenience? Go ahead, handle it, girl.
Yeah, thank you. So why does it matter? It's mission driven, right? So we're a community of social impact, and mission driven is what attracts the top talent, earns the revenue, and reinforces brand identity and momentum. This is where I wanted to take a moment to just say congratulations again to Miriam for doing such a wonderful job on brand identity, okay? Every time that Miriam posts an event, she posts a picture of each of the people on the exact same poster, and then gives us that poster to promote to our networks. That's what we call the reinforcement of brand identity. This is an extremely nuanced and critical effort that Miriam has done so flawlessly that we want to continue doing. We need people to see our logos. We need people to know, like when they see the Nike symbol, when they see the Agribite logo or the We Are Mother Earth logo, they need to know exactly what it is without needing to read an entire website. Okay, so what is mindful media? How do we make media mindful? We want it to be moving and inspiring. Our media needs to touch people's hearts. We have such a wealth of information, but we really need to touch people's hearts. And that's really the crux of the matter. We need to be very intentional about how we distribute the media. To whom? What is our audience? How are we engaging? Did I lose people here? Is everyone still here?
Yeah, we're all here. We're all here.
Okay, sorry, something went away on my screen. Media can demystify things that seem complex, or it can fascinate us into things that seem simple. So very much like I can take a plastic bottle and we can learn more about how the plastic's made, or we can take a whole research paper on plastic and put it in one image of a plastic bottle. So media has the potential to do both of those things. And we want to make sure that for the right audiences, we're doing one or the other. So for academia, we want to take simple things and fascinate academics by photographs and film. For the public, we want to take photographs and film and then explain what they mean and work backward. We uncover hidden and untold stories, again, raising the voice of the voiceless, and we light up the world with a hope for a brighter future. What are the challenges? Our A through Z, really, we could think about the challenges, but access is the biggest one. Access, bandwidth, we're all doing a lot and there's a lot of media coming at us. So we want to make sure we choose wisely. Joan is always saying in good form, if I'm not needed on the meeting, I'm not going to be on the meeting. We want to make sure that we're being very mindful with our bandwidth. Connectivity is obviously technical. Where are the Wi-Fi towers? How can we make sure that people can sign on, get good audio? Distractions, how do we limit our distractions and focus when we're engaging with our media? And how do we educate people in the rural areas how to use the technology? Funding and goodwill. So how is Earth Brand by We Are Mother Earth using mindful media? So here are just some glimpses, folks, into the way that We Are Mother Earth is proposing that we use media. So for our web development sector, we're launching the Earth Store. We want to kind of be able to eventually rival Amazon, okay? We're thinking that big, that global. We want to rival Amazon in the way that you can log on, and instead of having something shipped from all the way across the world, you can find your local provider. You type in your zip code and you see who in your region can provide you the Earth branded product or service. Earth World VR. So this is a really exciting one, folks. I'm really excited to announce this. And I'm going to quickly also show a video of our Earth World VR. So we are now launching this in Miami, Florida. This experience has been designed specifically for We Are Mother Earth to be able to get on the web and see artists who are imagining a future without climate change problems, without hunger, without homelessness, and to purchase that, and then people can come in and purchase that youth art to raise money for those initiatives. So we're really excited to launch that this week in Miami, Florida. And then lastly, we're looking at our major programmatic elements, which we're hoping to launch in Pakistan in partnership with CDF, which is our Earth School. So Earth School is really going to be this multimedia, blended media, using some of the technology paired with ideally our pod systems, paired with some of the permaculture design that Dr. Saeed is bringing in, paired with the climate smart victory gardens that Joan is bringing in, paired with some of this virtual reality games and tools. So that's what we're looking toward for Earth School. And again, our Earth Pods, we not only do we want to grow food, but I see integrating multimedia lighting. So when we have the Mushroom Festival, we want to be able to have sustainable LED lights on our Earth Pods, again, to make this fun and exciting. Maybe project images of the gardens onto the trees. There's so much that we can do in nature that we've only seen traditionally multimedia indoors in some place like Madison Square Garden in New York City that we can replicate and do in our Climate Smart Victory Gardens, in our Earth School programming, and out in our mushroom festivals. So I think that there is a lot of vision to be had as we're collaborating across sectors here. So what is the takeaway? With mindful media, we can do more, reach more people faster, and we can help people scale solutions within the 10-year climate window. Normally, when you have a startup, we'd only be working on one project. We would only be working on the pods, or we would only be working on the food or the school. But because of multimedia, we're enabled now to implement what I'm calling mother seed projects, these seed projects all over the world that we can water and grow and scale very rapidly to address climate change within the 10-year window. So in the last couple minutes that I have, I'm going to show you two quick clips, some clips of our multimedia here. So let's see if I can go ahead and share this screen with you. So here is our virtual reality Earth World VR. And I, again, envision being able to show kids across the world what a climate smart victory garden is as we're building it in Pakistan in real time. You can see some of the art that's there. It's embedded into the trees. So it's actually serving as an art gallery where young artists can display their work and can interact and engage with each other to purchase on the blockchain. So the Earth World VR is also going to have integrated blockchain capabilities where people can purchase the art directly on the blockchain. So that's very exciting. And then finally, this is our Togetherland Earth School introduction. Okay, folks, so that is my presentation for the day. Thank you so much for tuning in. And I do unfortunately have to jump off right now because I have a meeting with NAMI OC, the National Alliance on Mental Illness, to connect their, I have an announcement. The National Alliance on Mental Illness, which is a national organization in the United States, is formally endorsing the Earth Walk International Edition. So I'm very excited about that, to connect mental health with nutrition and the Earth School, because in our Earth World VR, we have mental health related artists and nutrition Earth School related artists. So we're now really pulling those strings together in a package, connecting the mind, body, and soul. And I think that together we're going to really be well positioned to bring this to the UN with well-renowned partners endorsing us. And so again, if anyone has any questions, I'm sorry I have to jump off because I'm already late. But if you have questions, please put them in the chat. Miriam, Joan, Princess Seppi, and Andrew, if you can collect the questions, I'll be happy to jump on maybe the next session and answer, or through email or on Facebook. I do have to run. But again, thank you so much for joining me. And I really hope that you found this presentation informative.
I just want to say it was great. Thank you so much for doing it. Of course, you're wonderful, so you know that already. So.
Yes, yes, and yes.
Yes.
Always,
yes,
Penny.
and yes.
All righty,
yes.
folks.
Thank you so much, Jenny.
I love
Thank
you, family, and I'll send the PDF version to you, Andrew, at some point so you can share it with whomever. And again, blessings to you all. Dr. Saeed, Joan, wonderful seeing you. And I will sign on to as many sessions as I can. I'm very fortunate to be in a hotel today, but I'm on the walk officially now. I've walked already over 15 miles. So it's a 300-mile hike, and I will be doing the best I can to stay connected.
Great.
Thank you so much.
All the best. All the best to you. And thank you so much on coming on board.
All right. Take care.
Thank you. All the best.
Bye.
Take care. Thank you so much to Jenny. Right now, Miriam, are we at the end of our program today, Miriam?
Yes, ma'am.
Looks like it.
Yes.
Thank you so much. I will hand over to you for our closing remarks.
Thank you so much for both excellent speakers today. And both presentations are really awesome, full of information and full of 16 days activism campaign agenda. Today we have few new members with us, and we always recall again and again that if you are joining us, you can introduce yourself. So we have today with us one of our district head, and she is the president of Women Chamber in Laya district. Shakila Banu, kindly unmute your mic, and you have 2 minutes to introduce yourself, your work, and attachment with this network. Shakila, are you with us? Okay. So rest of the members yes, we have Sadia Khan with us. Sadia, if you can hear us, you can also introduce yourself, your work, and your presence in the on the platform.
Thank you, Ms. Mariam. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. I'm Sadia Khan from Sahiwal. I'm clinical psychologist and also working as a visiting faculty in University of Sahiwal. I'm also working with WADIP. Ms. Mariam gave me an opportunity to work with her, and I'm really very grateful for this opportunity. And I would like to say a few things related to WADIP. When we talk about women empowerment, we always try to first to empower the women, and we try our best to
I think so. Sadia has lost his connection. So Princess Epi, this is over to you. If because with the thanks to everyone, all participants, I have seen many new names today, and I wish that in the coming days we have 3 different kind of campaign initiatives or like components, which we are going to add our kids to come on this platform and talk about food and nutrition, importance of food and nutrition in young kids. They will speak from their own self. And then we are going to give 2 days of our campaign, the half of the portion on the regular basis to address violence against women. This is the recommendation from our chairperson that we are going to also add, because this is the UN campaign of 16 days of activism of violence against women. But we convert this towards the development. But now we are taking at least 2 days to talk about the violence against women also on this forum. But the violence against women ultimately will linked with this our campaign, that how can we take these women and these dilemma which women are facing from so long. So how can we connect this with our development campaign, that how come they can come out of this violence environment? How can they come towards the income generation? How can they come to, think about and rethink about their health and nutrition and mind, body, and soul when they face some kind of violence in their lives? So we have a lot of, such kind of, tomorrow we have one more well-equipped, renowned, and rich in experience about agriculture. This is Asif Farooq Saab is going to be a keynote speaker with us. And also we have one more person talking about the importance of food and agriculture from India. So we are going to club these two speakers tomorrow. And on Wednesday, the whole group from the India, along with their 3 speakers and 1 keynote speaker, are taking this floor for the 16 days of activism for development with their projects. And they will, they are going to elaborate about their work and relevant with this campaign. So we have a lot of things to share and show to the world that how much we are seriously taking these campaigns and these movements towards the development, and development for the grassroots, development for the rural development, and development for the young kids also means we are going to cover everyone in the community, because we are focusing on no one left behind. So thank you so much from my side. And Princess Epi, this is over to you.
Thank you so much, President of the campaign, and not just of the campaign, our leader, and the one who is behind all this huge trend that we can see. And thank you for bringing Pakistan and India. And thank you from all people. We thank you from Atlanta. We thank you from America. We thank you from Africa. We thank you from Asia, Nepal, Pakistan, India. Who did I leave behind? Everybody. Do we have New Zealand? We are still working on getting New Zealand on board. But
Canada.
I did say Canada.
We're not America. We're not America. We're Canada.
I said Canada and
No,
America.
you didn't. You
Sorry.
meant to say Canada.
Okay, Canada. So to everyone who's here, you are our friend, you are our partner. Remember the sustainable goal number 17. To Dr. Andrew for always looking so immaculate and making sure that he wakes up early to make sure that we are connected on a daily basis. We are still continuing. Let us see you tomorrow. Bring on all your women. Remember, we would like them on board as well, because we are working towards our March event, which is going to be what? More than 200 countries that we are going to have, and many, many speakers that we are going to have in all sectors, actually, not just agriculture. So let us see you once again tomorrow from the whole leadership team, all our partners, and myself, and to you all. We love you, and we would like to see you tomorrow. We have, again, a day that is jam-packed, as we have heard from our President Miriam. To our audience online, continue following us. Let us see you on board so that you can also participate on Zoom here. Until tomorrow, adios. Good night.
Good night. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Miriam, you're
Have
the
you done the
host, so you
picture?
have to end. I
Have
made you
you
the
done the
host again,
picture,
Miriam.
Miriam?
So it's up to you to end the meeting for everybody.
Okay, sir.
Bye
Thank you so
bye.
much. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, everybody. Good night.
Bye-bye.
Bye, ma'am.
Good night. Good day.
Love
Good
to
night.
everyone.